Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Content Supply Live. Today, it is just Kate and I here today, but we are going to talk about what was announced at the Canva Create 2025 um, showcase. I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was April. It was on April 10th, so 2 Thursdays ago. They basically talked about. They introduced this idea of the Visual Suite 2.0, which is really pushing Canva beyond design into full productivity, which is really exciting. The update includes Canva Sheets, smart spreadsheets, upgrades to AI tools in Magic Studio, and features tailored to enterprises and teams. So this is a really exciting update, and I'm super excited about it. I just heard about it a couple of days ago. I didn't hear about it like on April 10th when it was announced, but I'm pretty excited about it. So I'll just share my screen really quick, and I will kind of walk us through just the article that they put on their news room, and we can kind of talk about like the different updates. So, first of all, so I mentioned a little bit before they're starting Canva Sheets. They're also upgrading the photo editor, Magic Studio updates, Canva AI, creative image, all of this stuff, which is really awesome. But they are also introducing this really cool thing, Visual Suite 2.0, which is basically so in one design, you can have multiple different um, documents. So you can have a presentation slide, you can have a regular document slide, you can have a social post all in one design. And this is really cool, especially for like us as project managers, because we have to have our clients approve a lot of the designs that we post. So this is really cool because you can just click one button and then you can share the entire slide deck with the client and they can approve all in one spot. Whereas in the past, you've had to send like three or four different links to a different Canva design. So I think that this will just really improve productivity. And then this way, everything can just be in one platform. You don't have to go to Google Sheets or Google Docs to go show a client something. Everything can just be in one spot. So I'm interested. I'll keep scrolling through this, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this, Kate. What do you think?
Yes. I'm so excited about this. I feel like Canva just keeps getting better and better. But the great thing about Canva is that they always stay true to their roots, which is making complicated software simpler and more user friendly. And I mean, they obviously did this. You can think of Canva almost as like a simpler version of Photoshop or InDesign. And they do such a good job of making everything that used to not be super accessible unless you've taken a class or really have studied the programs out. They do such a good job of simplifying it and making it user friendly and accessible to everyone. So that's one thing I'm really excited to see. If you actually just want to pause on this social tracker right here, their
Yeah,
sheet
for sure.
is super fascinating to me. I'm really interested to see how this works. It looks like they've integrated AI into some of it as well. So it will auto generate, in this example, I think it's like captions or copy. I'm interested to see how this compares to Excel and if the equations still transfer over. This one I think is the program that I'm most curious about because it feels like there hasn't historically, I don't think there's been like a huge need to make Excel sheets look super pretty because they're not, I guess that's just not what they're used for. But I am curious to see how this all, like what problem this solves. Does it make Excel equations more simple, or is it really just kind of a way to like beautify and make things look more organized visually? So I'm curious. I don't know what your thoughts are, Justine, but Canva Excel was not a program I was expecting.
I know. Yeah, same here. I don't know. I kind of like what you say, kind of like what you said. I mean, Excel isn't meant for like designers, really. That's more of like the Canva side of things. So I think it's really cool that they're like integrating the two different things, um, because yeah, like I know for me, like whenever I work in Excel, like even though like the Excel sheet doesn't have to be pretty, I always try to like make it pretty with like different colors and stuff. But that's also just like my personality and like the way that I don't know, just like that my mind works. I want to be like creative in these different like Excel sheets and stuff. And I feel like that's where like Canva has like a head start because a lot
Mhm.
of designers and content creators are already in Canva and they're most likely probably using like Excel or Google Sheets or something similar. But
Mhm.
they want to make it I don't know, just like easier to use. Canva is already a super easy like software to use. Like it doesn't take like a rocket scientist to figure it out like it does with like InDesign or Photoshop sometimes. So I feel like I don't know. I'm interested to try it too because I've never tried like Excel in Canva. I've tried like the documents and stuff and I definitely prefer, Google Docs or, like, Microsoft Word over, like, the Canva version. So I'm interested to see what I think about, like, their Excel version, whether I'll like, just regular Excel or, like, Google Sheets better. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be cool to have everything in one platform though, because I mean, both you and I use Canva every single day. So I think it would be cool to just integrate everything but yeah,
Mhm.
so that's kind of my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's a lot of use cases for this, especially with creative agencies. One, because a lot of creative agencies use Canva, and
Mhm,
two, when you're in an agency setting, there's so much communication that needs to happen. And even just this example that we're on right now, like it looks like you can tag people and it can notify them. So it's really cool to see that this is kind of created like Canvas creating an all-in-one platform with communication and organization. So I'm interested to see if it is good enough, if maybe people will start switching to that over things like Asana or um, Basecamp, other project management platforms. So I'm very curious to see this and use it myself and see how it all works. But I've always really admired Canva for their ability to simplify things and also the way that they're always innovating without stepping outside of their zone of expertise. Like, for
mhm.
example, with video editing, I love that they created their own like video editing app, but it's not trying to be, I don't know, uh the Adobe suite. It's really its own thing and I always appreciate that about Canva. So I'm excited about this and yeah, I think this is a big win and a big exciting thing for people in the creative industry.
Yeah, yeah, I think it'll also be good because, like, right here, you can also see that, like, if you just, like, hover over this link, it'll show you the design right there, which I think is really cool too, because in the past, what I've had to do is like download an image and then like paste it
Mhm.
into like an Excel sheet to get like the approval from a client. So I think it's really cool that everything is just, in one spot. So you can just like hover over the hyperlink and you can see the design right there.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think, yeah, I love that Canva definitely has its own thing. And I'm interested to see like what the similarities are with like Canva and like Excel, and then also what like sets Canva apart from the other platforms too.
Mhm.
Let's see if there's anything else. Magic charts. I don't know. Do you use magic charts at all, Kate? Or have you in the past?
I I don't chart many things, so no.
Yeah.
But
Honestly, same.
I like the look of it. I wish I would have had that in college in my marketing information classes. That would have been helpful. But
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited about that. This will be cool.
Yeah, it will be. I also really like I don't know if you've used, like, the AI tools or whatever in Canva that much. I just a little while ago, I used it to, like, create, like, a hand for a person, and I mean, it wasn't, like, perfect. The image just cut off a little bit, so I just, like, asked, like, Magic AI to, like, continue on the picture, and it actually turned out really, really well. So I'm
Mm,
interested to see, like, what updates they have with, like, the AI tools and everything as well.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Um, Well, that is the topic today. Do you have any other any like insights or ideas about like Canva at all? Like what do you use it for?
Yeah, I would say I feel like Canva Pro is just an easier and easier option. They're making it easier and easier for us to upgrade. I feel like it's like
Yes.
there's so many features that I think it's so worth the price every month. So I would highly encourage everyone to go pro when it comes to Canva.
Yes, yes, for sure. All right. Well, that was today's episode of Content Supply Live. Let us know what your thoughts are on Canva's new tools and ideas. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye guys.